Penny. Shh. Welcome, 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 welcome to today's Spiritual Chat Show. Thank you for joining today. Welcome, welcome, welcome. As always, we cleanse and clear, cleanse and clear. Cleanse all old and dense negative energy so we can start fresh and positive. Thank you, thank you, thank you. You know that I love my sage. And I love to sage every day. So I have to bring out the sage every time. So welcome everybody. Thank you for joining in today. Hey Lori, welcome. Nice to see you. Happy Tuesday. Is it Tuesday? Hi Carol, welcome, welcome. Nice to see everybody. Welcome. Spiritual Chat Day. I have some questions for you. I love to have interaction chats with you. So, and I think it's important, and I feel it's important to have everybody's perspective on this topic as well. So welcome, welcome, welcome. Hey Marie, welcome. Thank you, Lori. Hi Rachel, hi Kathy, welcome. Thanks for joining today. Cleansing and clearing, as I always do. I'm outside, it's cold. This weather this year is so unlike, it's so not typical for us. It is just so strange. I don't know what to make of that. I haven't thought deeper of it. I'm not sure I want to. So, I don't know. I'm outside, but I'm cold. I feel like it's winter all over again. But I have my hot tea and I have my new mug that I just love, fueled by crystals and tea. So today's topic is forgiveness, and I have some crystals that I'm going to talk about as well. I'm going to pull 2 guidance cards for the group at a whole as one group message at the end. So. Welcome. Thanks everybody for joining us. Hi Paula. Thank you. Wonderful day. It's just starting here for me. Minnesota had snow on Sunday. Our mountain up here, that we're in a valley, our mountain had snow over the weekend too. It's crazy. It's so crazy right now. I don't know. Usually we're way into the 90s by now, or close to it. But I don't know. I'm missing my summertime. Mother Nature is making a statement by the weather. Yes, I have no doubt. Yeah, I have no doubt. Hi, Angel. Welcome. Hey, Gail. Hey, Sherry. Welcome, everybody. Thanks for joining us today. Today's topic is forgiveness. I have a couple of questions for you for our spiritual chat, and I'm going to bring some crystals into this today. Thanks, Lori. Yes, see you soon. So first question is, what is the first thing you think about when you hear the word forgiveness? What does that mean to you? Hi, Hardy Bell. Nice to see you. So what's that mean to you, forgiveness? Windy in North Dakota. Crazy, crazy weather. I know. Crazy. Oof. Cold. So what is it that comes to mind when you think of the word forgiveness? What does it mean to you? Hi, Marcella. Welcome. Thanks for joining, everybody. Please share this with others who might be able to benefit from this chat. I do appreciate your support. Hi, Diane. Jump on a conference in 5 minutes, so catch the replay. Yes, and when you do watch the replay, those of you who do watch the replay, please post your comments as we move along as well as you watch, because I go back and I look at your comments just to see what everybody else is thinking, for those of you who can't watch live. So yeah, please post your comments later too. Wow, Sherry, pulled the forgiveness card, and healing from the past as well. Wow. So this is, how many times have we done that where something that we're talking about really resonates with you on a deeper level? So yeah, it's crazy. Forgiveness came to mind. Gail, letting go. Emotional freedom. Isa, hello, welcome. Forgiveness is freedom, Shelley. Yes, I love that. I love all that. Letting go, let go. Not forgiving, but remembering with forgetting. Okay, that's a good way to put it. Welcome, everybody. Welcome, welcome. Thanks for joining us. Hello, Michelle, everybody. Forgive yourself because oftentimes you slacked on personal boundary. Letting go and moving forward. Great, 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 great thoughts on that. And there's no right or wrong. Everybody's thoughts are important, and opinions are important, and beliefs are important. So, second question, are you personally able to forgive yourself for whatever you might have done in the past? Do you feel you are personally able to forgive yourself? Hard to forgive the person. I have found it easier to forgive the action. Okay, Carol. Forgiveness is love. Yes. Freedom and moving forward. Yes. Absolutely. So, do you feel you're capable of forgiving yourself for anything in the past that you might have done or not done? Hard to forgive yourself. Yes, sending healing and blessings. Yes, Mitra. It can be hard, that's for sure. It is hard. It is a difficult process. It is difficult. We're going to get into that. Yeah. But, right. Good morning. Thank you for joining. Hello. Hello, hello, everybody. So the last question for now is, are you capable of forgiving others in the past? Whatever have actions they might have caused in your life. Zuma, yes, you're capable. Good. All right. Thanks for joining us. It is a difficult topic. This is something that I personally have been working on. Yes, but have to do it often, right? You think like Carol Marcella, the action and not so much the person, but the action. You forgive the action of whatever was causing the discomfort in any way. Laura, you think it's easier to forgive someone else than it is to forgive yourself? Yeah, I can see that too. I can see that point too. It's not easy. It is not easy. Hi, Thea. Welcome. Working on it. It is a process. So, first off, the disclaimer. If you need to seek medical advice or psychological advice, please do so. Crystals and spiritual chats, of course, are not a replacement of those. So, professional care. The process of forgiveness can take time and can be very emotional. It can open old wounds that can be painful to revisit. And it is an ongoing process until you feel like you've cleared what you need to clear in order to find peace. I feel like when you find forgiveness for yourself and others, you have returned to a deeper state of peace than you were before, and by doing so, you lift a lot of weight off of your shoulders, a lot of heaviness from what you've been carrying in the past. And again, if you need to seek professional advice or help, please do that. But the reason I started this last week, I really got into thinking about forgiveness last week, and I'll check your comments here in just a moment, is because it ties into my book. I am actually going through everything in my book as I'm prompted to. I'm not really going in order, but I'm taking what I feel I need to work on first. And forgiveness is one that's brought up in here. I'm going to read just a little paragraph, if I can find it. And forgiveness was one that stuck out to me, forgiving myself and others, to move on into a greater peace of greater sense of peace, if I could talk. Jeez. You must love yourself first and foremost. You are all that you are, and all that you are will ever be and have ever been. You have forgotten who you are. That is the root of the problem with most humans. You have forgotten who you are. You have forgotten to take care of yourself. You have forgotten to love yourself, and you've forgotten what you're capable of. The first step is to love yourself unconditionally, including your physical being, your soul, your experiences, and your knowledges of everything associated with you. Next, you must forgive yourself of anything that you have felt guilt over and release it and let it go so it can help you find the love for yourself. You must have an understanding of what you have endured and learned in this lifetime. You must have an understanding of why you have experienced the things that you have. And forgiveness is part of that process of understanding us, understanding our soul path, understanding ourselves, understanding what we're capable of, understanding where we need to go and how we need to do it and how we need to go forward with it. So I started this process last week of self-forgiveness, and I got my journal out. So this is something you might want to think about trying. It's up to you if you want to do this or not. If you're ready, great. If you're not, that's okay too, because sometimes we're not ready for this step. So I got my journal out and I started writing things from as early on in my life as I could remember. And the tipping point of my life was about when I was 5 or 6. That was a big time where a lot of things shifted in the negative for me. And so I started at that point, and I started writing things down of things that I felt I needed to forgive myself for. And in doing so, I discovered some things along the way that I needed to forgive others at the same time. So it can do that. It can bring up, thinking of the situations, the experiences, forgiving the experiences that was mentioned. It can bring up the people involved, and it can bring up more details and things like that. So I started just writing whatever came to me. And it just kind of flowed. I just let it flow. Now, in doing so, I decided to work with an obsidian and rose quartz. Obsidian is excellent to release negative energy, so I felt that was quite appropriate. It also can bring out things about yourself that you need to address, so it fits with that as well. So you need to be willing to work on those things if you work with the obsidian. I also chose rose quartz to bring in that sense of love. Rose quartz helps with the forgiveness process. It helps it in a loving manner, so you're just not raw, you know what I mean? It helps it ease the pain in a way that it's doable. It is for me. Everybody will be different. So I chose these 2 crystals to work with. I held both in my hand and had my journal open, and I started writing. And then I started thinking about these things that I needed to forgive myself of. And then I started sending it love and blessings and healing energy, so then I can return myself back into a state of peace. It did bring up emotions. It did bring up some heavy memories. Ones that I'm still working on. It is a process. This is something that I'm going to have to take time in doing. This is not something that's a one-session type thing. This is something that give yourself time to do if you choose to work on this kind of thing. Give yourself some time that you need and space, and come back to it when you feel ready to do it again, and more so, until you feel that you're completely cleared of all things that you feel like you need to release in that regard. I also had my sage going the whole time, and I did this outside where I was in the fresh air and I can just think clearly and just be by myself and have my quiet time in doing this. I have a lot to forgive for myself, of myself. I have a lot. You think about it, you think about, well, is there really a lot? I have a lot to forgive myself. And it's a lot of things like this, being consumed with self-doubt, and I still struggle with that. Thoughts of being incapable, not loving myself, not respecting myself, not speaking my truth. That has been a big one for most of my life. I'm much better at that than I was. Not standing up for myself when I believed I needed to, and I knew I should. Not protecting myself. Allowing other circumstances to affect me in negative ways. Those are things that I felt I needed to forgive. I was not my true, authentic self for so many years, and I think when you forgive yourself and find that light within, then you start a new path, and you within peace, and then you also follow your path and becoming your true, authentic self, and I think that's so important at so many times. So it is a process. It is ongoing. I have more work to do. I have more of this to address. And as I was doing this, I was sending love and forgiveness and peace to those who might have contributed to some of these issues that I experienced. Sometimes it was my own self. Sometimes there was a contribution by somebody else that caused pain in some way. And so, and it can be very dark and hard. But afterwards, I felt really much lighter and freer. A lot of you said forgiveness is freedom. And I believe that to be true too. I believe that forgiveness is freedom. And we're learning so much at a rapid rate right now, all of us. We are on a fast track of enlightenment, and you might not realize it, but I think a lot of you are as well. And take what comes to you and do what you can to take yourself further in your own specific journey, in your own specific path. Whatever it is to help you along the way, get to where you need to go ultimately. So let me see what some of your comments are. Oh my goodness. Let's see here. Shelley, yes, well, when I went to think of forgive myself, it comes up again. Forgiving myself and self-worth is hard. I forgive others easily and then myself, but I forgive and may never interact with them again. That's true. There are several that I've had in my past that have caused distress or painful situations in the past that I've never interacted with again. And I don't think you really personally need to if you don't want to. And I don't feel there's a need to go physically say, I forgive you. I think with your heartfelt thoughts and prayers of peace to them, I think that severs that tie and it releases that. You see what I'm saying there? Some people that I needed to forgive in my past have even passed on. So I can't physically go say, I forgive you, you know what I mean? But I have sent them and their essence and their soul peace and love, and I'm sorry that we had this issue, and from here on forth, just let it go. Let it go. Whatever way that you wish to do it and go about it is your way. It's the best way. Whatever way you go about doing anything is the best way because it's your way. So, and this kind of thing can be very different for everybody to process and different for everybody to handle in different ways too. So, yes, Rachel, done and done. Hardest on ourselves, Connie. We are so very hard on ourselves, aren't we? We are so very hard on ourselves. Karen, you've forgiven your brother, but he won't move on. That's okay. If you feel like you've forgiven him in your heart, then I feel that's the best that you can do if you feel peace with it. Continue to send peace and love, and just hopefully he will find his way someday. Some people hold on to grudges or, I don't know, things that happened in the past or instances or experiences a lifetime. some people hold on to these things forever, you know? So if you can get past it, I think it's wonderful. Again, if you need to seek professional advice, please do so, because it can be painful, and some instances can be very painful to address again. So do what's right for you and the path that's right for you. Gail, the pain still sticks, yet buried deep. Do you feel that after you have forgiven someone, the pain is still there? Do you feel like that happens? The pain is still there? I feel like after I've released it and let it go, that I'm no longer really thinking about it, and I've just kind of, I've let it go. Yeah, I've felt the freedom from it. There are some things that I probably need to address more, because there are some things that do linger. So maybe there are some more painful things down deep that need more attention and more love and kindness and thought put into it. Thank you, Kathleen, for sharing. I appreciate that. Hello, Kyra. Welcome. Marcella, what I don't know if you forgive and then you still thinking of the past. Maybe there's still some kind of part of it that you that in some level that you need to address, possibly. If you're dwelling on it. If you just think about it and it doesn't bother you, then you probably have addressed it. If you think about it and it bothers you, then maybe you have more healing to do. Forgiveness, yes. It is imperative that you love yourself enough to love again. Loving yourself and just move forward with what is learned. Others are our best teachers in the Buddhist thought. Thank you for all of you coming. Yes, absolutely, Michelle. And people are brought into our lives. We've discussed this recently too. People come and go to either present challenges to us or blessings and support. And there are many people that come to us in the challenging role. And we, if we can learn from those situations and forgive and let them go, then I feel that we are free from that. We are freeing ourselves from that heaviness, and I feel like we've learned so many lessons from those experiences too. Sometimes it's hard to see the lessons in challenging times because they're challenging. So it can be a process again. It can be difficult again, and it can take time. And give yourself all of that. Give yourself time and give yourself the self-love that you deserve. Give yourself the time to heal yourself. Even physical healing, all kinds of healing, all healing on all levels can take time. And this is one of those components of self-healing. Good morning, Melanie. Welcome, welcome, welcome everybody. Welcome. Oh, thank you, Maura, for your comments on my book. Thank you. Right timing. My new book is available through me or Amazon. And this forgiveness topic is brought up a few times in this book, to forgive ourselves and to forgive others, to help us move forward in peace and love, and to help us in our own spiritual path. And this is 21 days of channeled guidance from Spirit. It's Spirit speaking through me to whomever needs to read it. What the spirit world feels is important for us to focus on right now. And it took me many months to write this, go through the process of it, but now I am going back myself as a reader and following what they're saying and doing what they're saying. And the 21 days, I believe it's going to take much longer than 21 days to actually get through all of the processes that it says. And it probably is something that I will return to time and time again when things come up. But I feel it's something that I can personally use to accelerate and help my own spiritual path. Maura, yes, you always feel you have to push to release. You've had a heavy purge last night. Wow. It felt like a death. Yes, it can be like a cleansing and a clearing. Can feel like a death and a rebirth. And that's a beautiful way of saying that. You know, that's a beautiful way of saying that. A death and a rebirth. Just a cleansing process and a releasing process. And forgiveness, letting go, can be a rebirth and a surge of your spiritual journey. That's beautiful. I love that. Melanie, everything that I've said sounds like you. Wow. You can relate. Maura can relate. Wow. And it can be dark. Martina, what if you forgive them and they do it again, this time finding it harder? Now that's an interesting question. You do need boundaries too. You do need to set the boundaries to protect yourself as well. So if you're in a continual cycle, you might want to find why you're in this cycle of things happening again and again. So explore that. And that's discussed in this book as well. It's time to break the cycles, the negative cycles. So do some reflection and meditation as to why this is happening. Have you not learned the lessons of this cycle yet? What is it that you need to learn from this cycle? Ask your higher power, God, Creator, universe, angels, archangels. What is it that I need to learn from this? Why does this keep occurring? Why am I in this cycle that doesn't stop? And then once you start to see maybe some answers or some indications of why this might be happening, you might have an aha moment and go, oh, I get it now. Yeah, all right, this is what I need to do. Pay attention to the answers that come to you. And sometimes they're very subtle. Sometimes you've got to be very aware of the answers that come to you. And pay attention to the answers that come and see what direction you need to go in order for these things not to occur again. And then work on your forgiveness after that to finally let it be and move forward from it. Good morning, Barbara. Yes, I would love to hear your thoughts on this. I would love to hear your thoughts and feedback on this as you go through this process. It's a very private thing too, so I understand that. But in a general sense, I would love to hear your thoughts and process of what you have learned about yourself during reading this book. Hi, Annette. Welcome. Gail, still tear up and thoughts resurface. Maybe there's some deeper lying rooted issues that are still unresolved within. And give yourself time. And tearing up is part of that too. You know, when we tear up from memories, that's part of the release. It's part of our physical body and emotional body saying, look, we got to get this out. We can't hold on to this any longer. And tearing and crying is a great release. Let it happen. Let it happen. It's part of our physicalness, humanness. Melanie, you were so hurt by your daughter's actions that I held anger, etc. One night just flipped, yelled, screamed, crying like a baby, finally had to let the issues go. And that's another thing too that I've had to release and forgive myself for, is things like that, when things like that occur, when I just feel like so out of control and I'd let anger consume me. That hasn't happened in quite some time, but it has happened in the past. And I feel those things are just part of it, you know, part of the forgiveness, and just, okay, let it move on and let it go. Gail, being misjudged and misunderstood bothers you most. It hurts, for they didn't walk in my shoes. That is a big one. That is a big one. That is really a big one too. And there is a lot of judgment out there. And this book speaks of judgment as well. And that is a big one to forgive and let go. And that one would definitely be a process. One that would probably take a while. Especially if you notice a certain type of thing happening over and over again too. Maybe not the exact same thing, but maybe you see, maybe not the exact same circumstance or the exact same people each time. But you see a pattern in that too. maybe do some self-reflection and meditation, meditate, to find the reasons of why this keeps happening or why it happened a lot in the past. Meditation, I talk about it a lot. I really believe in its healing capabilities. Meditation can help you find guidance. It can help you find deep peace. Just in itself, just finding peace when you meditate can be so healing. That in itself is worth it. So consider meditation. Yeah. Thank you, Karen. I love you too. Our friend, welcome. Welcome, welcome. Thank you so much for joining us. Oh, I had a little blip there. I hope I'm back. Oh my goodness. Have a hard time going through the motions. The more I can make space to journal, the best. And journaling, quite honestly, journaling is an excellent way to release. Just journaling. Let the words flow. Don't have to think about it too much. Don't think about it too much. You know, when you experience a stressful time, journal. If you feel like you're kind of down, journal. If you're feeling upbeat and excited, journal. I believe in journaling is an amazing tool. It brings out some things that you might not have thought about. Sometimes if you just it's automatic writing in a sense. Just let it write. Just let your fingers and hands and pen do the writing. Just let it go. And then reread it and think about it. And then send love and peace to it if you need to. But journaling is a huge, huge help in so many regards, I think. Thank you, Gail. Thank you so much for your feedback about my videos. I speak about what I'm prompted to. I already had something else planned for today, and this came up, and I'm thinking, okay, I'll talk about this instead. We'll push the other one off for next time. Melanie, your ripe old age of 57 and just beginning to love yourself after all the years of being shunned and put back in on the back burner, so to speak. Yes, I understand completely. I'm 53, and I've learned in these past, I can't remember how long. These past few years, I started my spiritual journey probably when I started my, starting with the whole process I talk about in my first book, of getting off the doctors and medications and all that stuff. I was on a spiritual journey, didn't even know it. So that's been about 15 years now. But these past couple of years, every year more so, I feel like I'm that much further and that much further and that much further. And it feels like I'm just on an accelerated rate of just learning. And it's crazy how fast and how things change. And I felt too, at one time I felt, gosh, I wasted so many years not learning or doing what I needed to do, or I wasted time on doing things that made me unhappy. I can't look at it like that. I have to look at the future now. I have to look at where I'm at now. I'm at peace. I'm at happiness. I am evolving. I am learning. I'm expanding. And that's what I have to focus on. So be proud of where you are. Be proud of where you are. And it's okay to be proud of yourself. It's okay to love yourself. It's okay to be proud of yourself. It's okay to say, you know, how you feel. Oh, let's see here. This is a name I don't understand the writing. I have somebody like in my past, but wouldn't like me. His church friend, past old church friend. I know I have said things that I like, not really nice things to him. So it's something that you feel that you need to work on. I can't see the rest of it. It's cut off. Does that feel like that's something that you need to work on? Love and light, love and light. Thank you, Isa. Talk to you soon. Welcome, everybody, for coming on in. Yes, welcome, welcome. And welcome. You feel peaceful listening to me. Thank you so much. That means a lot to me. Thank you so much. I love connecting. I love connecting with our spiritual group here. We have just got the most wonderful group of people here. And I love connecting with you and talking to you. And just, I learn from you. I hope I can share something that you might learn from. This is my greatest joy, is to spend time with you. One of my greatest joys is to spend time with you in these kind of discussions and open forums and just learning and expanding and growing. Sherry, a reader you watch on YouTube calls that uncontrollable anger the red mist. I think it fits. Yes, Sherry. And there is one, I find it interesting, they also describe it as red, because that's part of something that's brought up in this book as well, is the pockets of red around the world. The pockets of red are where there is great distress in the world. And by us returning to a state of peace within ourselves, we will radiate that peace out to others without others even realizing it. The more that we find peace within ourselves, that energy will radiate out, and eventually it will be felt around the world, and we will make a difference just by healing ourselves within and finding that state of peace. It will help another and another and another and another and another. It just continues, the frequency and flow just continues on and on and on. So, yeah. Mary, great discussion for today. My daughter Alicia and I, her husband is in the hospital, very bad condition due with his heart. Oh, sending light and love to him. I'll be adding him to my prayer list, Mary. All right. Happy day. Welcome, welcome, welcome. So, that's right, Karen. I didn't waste time. I had to go through everything I did to learn what I needed to learn. You're absolutely right. And I've said that before too. It was all a learning process, and I'm so grateful I learned what I have learned so far. And I'm sure there's more. There's a lot of learning. I think we continue to learn while we are here, as long as we are here in this physical form. So thanks for joining with the chat of forgiveness today. I'm going to pull two cards, one from the Surrender deck. Heavy chat today, I know, and one from the Namaste deck. I love these two decks together, and when we have the heavier chats, I like to bring in the Surrender cards, so sometimes they'll help us a little bit more with something that we need to surrender. So something to focus on. And Sunday, I did a peace video, sending peace to us, ourselves, our group, our family, friends, and around the world. So if you missed that video, please go watch it. Every time somebody watches it, our circle of peace expands to a greater size. And every time that happens, it just affects more and more and more. So Sunday, peace video. And I'll show you these cards here in just a second. And they're always quite quite spot on. Most of the time, these cards are quite spot on. I find it quite remarkable how this happens. I do. It's just mind-blowing. I don't know why. I don't think any different otherwise, but it's just like, oh my goodness, yeah, okay. All right, so the cards for today, the first card from the Surrender deck is Surrender to the Magic of Who You Are. Is that perfect? Is that perfect or what? I think that's perfect for today's message. Surrender to the magic of who you are. You know, we are all individuals. We are all unique. We are all different. We are all beautiful. We are all components of source energy. We hold that within us. We all hold that beautiful source energy within us. And it's a beautiful thing that we're all different, because if we were all the same, I mean, it would be. So surrender to the magic of who you are. We are all magical in our own selves. Oh, that's so beautiful. Oh my gosh, I just love this. We all have magic within us, even in the mundane aspects of life. Remember that you are a magical being with uniqueness and worth that comes from just being you. Isn't that perfect? Wow. Perfect. And I think finding forgiveness for others and finding forgiveness for ourselves and returning to that state of peace will help us with finding ourselves and our magic. Beautiful card, right? Beautiful message. The other one is, I love the artwork on the Namaste deck. This is Blessed Tranquility. Your feelings are surfacing in order to be healed. For goodness sakes, can you believe that? Have faith and know that you are safe. Trust the current waves of emotion shall become a sea of tranquility full of love and blessings. Oh my gosh. Unbelievable. Unbelievable that these two cards came up today. I mean, I don't know how many cards in these decks here, and they always seem to resonate with what we talk about. I think the universal, our angels, our spirit guides saying, look, you're on point. You need to focus on this. You need to think about this. You need to expand on this, whatever. I don't know, but perfect cards, perfect messages. Thank you so much for being part of this today. Thank you for your contributions in your comments. I really do appreciate it. I feel it's so important to have like open chats instead of me just I feel like what you have to say is important, and I respect that, and I think that it lends to the whole group because we can all learn from each other, and we can all grow from each other, and we can all help each other. And I feel that's very important, and I thank you for your comments and your participation in our chats. So thank you. Wow. Unbelievable cards, unbelievable messages, beautiful, perfect messages. Thank you for joining today. Thank you so much. If you just joined in, just stopped in, please watch the replay. Please share this with others. I do appreciate that. And others who might need to see this, others might need to join our community, others might need to hear what we talk about in the future. These shows are my most favorite, our talk shows. Of all that I do, these are my most favorite. And next week, I hope to get back on here with the things that I planned for today but didn't work out. But if something else comes up, then we'll just push it on again to next time. So early next week, we'll have another chat talk. Every Thursday, of course, Crystal Sale Day. If you would like to purchase crystals, please stop in and do that. What else? If you did miss the Peace Circle on Sunday, please watch the replay for that. I can post the link here if you would like that. And thank you, everybody. Needed this today. If you do your own self-healing and your own self-forgiveness and your own self-forgiveness for others and whatnot, whatever it is, give yourself time, honor your feelings, let yourself process what comes up, and take your time at it. Give yourself time to do as many sessions, self-sessions as you need to. If you do need to seek professional help with it, do that as well. But during the whole process, be respectful of yourself too, because your feelings are important, and you are important, and be respectful and love yourself because of that. All right, I'll see you. Put the link to the piece. Okay, yeah. As soon as I'm finished here, I will post the link in the comments for the Peace Circle. And yes, please participate in that. That will help expand our awareness of peace out to others. So it was a beautiful experience, I felt. So I will go put the link to that right now. Thank you all. If you are new to the show, please like, follow, and put C first to get my notifications of when I'm on. And I hope to see you all again soon. So thank you all. All right. Blessings, love and light. Namaste. All right. Have a wonderful day.